So, as you guys saw earlier, I already did a Madden video for today, but this is obviously very different based on the title. This is not a typical rebuild video like I'm normally doing. This is the Madden challenge, trading away every single starter off of a particular team. Now, the way this normally works is somebody does one season, they trade away all the starters for draft picks, other players, doesn't really matter. And more or less what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to see if they can still win the Super Bowl with different starters. Now mine is going to be slightly different. I'm going to simulate one season through after trading away all the starters. I'm going to be signing free agents and I'm going to be drafting players. And the second season is where we see how big of a difference there truly is talent-wise between rookies and free agents and whatever I traded for and whatever's left of the base team. Now, so basically 2 seasons. First season, whatever I can get from trades and free agents that can be picked up during the actual season. Secondary season is pretty much the entire rebuilding the team. Unless there's somebody really good that's left on the team that upgraded themselves up to a starting role or something that I want to keep, nobody's really safe in this instance. Now, if I choose a team with a handful of rookies, the rookies are allowed to stay on the team even if they're starters, only because they're rookies, so they're not going to be super valuable. With that being said, the team I am choosing to rebuild or trade all the starters away from is a team that has quite a bit of value to them, and that team, or supposedly has a ton of value to them, but that team is the New England Patriots. Now we'll be starting in the preseason of this franchise. We're going to be creating the same coach we normally do, and the only difference is going to be skin tone and that type of stuff. We're going to do Chris Smith will be this guy's name. I normally don't really care, but whatever. Starting point will be in the preseason. Our role has already changed. Obviously, this will be set to pro difficulty. It's going to be very fast. It's going to be simulation. Trade deadline will be on because I'm not going to do any trades after the preseason. Salary cap will be off since a lot of this has to do with who we can get in free agency. Pre-existing injuries are off, but normal injuries will stay on. If we make it this far, 10-minute quarters is what actually 15 because I only play offense. Nothing really here. Scouting players. We'll be doing the scouting of players. We'll be simulating week to week. So we'll know what the record is as we go and simulate. But aside from that, we have no real control over any of this. And then these two will take off. And there you guys go. So, like I said, we'll be trading away all the starters. Nobody's off limits on this team, I don't believe. Brady and all of them, I know I can get a ton of value for. So that's going to be the plan there, is to get a bunch of value for players like Gronkowski and Brady and those type of people. Garoppolo may remain on the team as a starter because that's where he should be, in my opinion. Okay, so we obviously know that there is a ton of people we can get from Cardinals. Let's see if we can get a quarterback for a quarterback here. How about Prescott for Mr. Brady? Okay, so Dolphins don't really have anyone I want. Eagles don't. I mean, I can see if I can maybe get Carson Wentz off of him, maybe, and possibly a first-round pick. Or maybe just Carson. Nope. Okay, let's see if I can just get a first round for him. Okay, the first round is definitely the move here. How about 7th? Would that be enough? I mean, I'm literally trading them one of the self-proclaimed goats of the fucking industry, so I don't know why this is, like, being such a bitch to me, but, you know. All these picks next year don't really matter, because once again, this is only a 2-year thing. So I'm going to be getting rid of pretty much all my picks aside from this year's. I will not be getting rid of those. And I'm pretty much only going to be in the first 3 rounds, so... With that being said, Gronk is the next up to be traded. I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm actually going to see if I can just go ahead and throw in our free safety, because Eric Weddle will probably end up being the safety for us. And I suppose we will be getting Mr. Joe Flacco as our new quarterback. And that trade obviously goes straight up. So we have Joe Flacco as our quarterback now. Let's see, we need to get rid of Dion Lewis. We need to essentially get rid of the first 3 running backs, since the Patriots seem to use all of their running backs, for at least the first 3. And if we see anyone else who has, like, green interest in them, that's the team we're going to end up going after for them. Okay, so the Eagles, yet again, would probably be okay. The Giants, the Jets, who I actually assumed would be the ones who would need, like, all my running backs. Let's see, Jets. And I got first, second, and fourth for all these guys? Now, how about a first and a second? Okay, see, guys, this is like I was saying on my last video. You do maybe the first, try for first the next 2 years, even though we only really need 1. How about the first for next year? Okay, who cares? Alright, so now since we got our our picks here, now we have our picks at running back, and obviously our pick at running back is going to be on the Cowboys. Let's see if we can snag Ezekiel Elliott off of these guys. Can we get a first over him for just a first round? Nope, didn't think so. Strong safety. We do need to get rid of our strong safety. So is Horman going to be enough? Makes it a little bit easier. Left outside, Sean McClellan, McLean, whatever the fuck his name is. Roberts. Okay, so apparently our second string left outside linebacker is more impressive. Okay, Dante Hightower obviously has to go. There you go. So now we need to get a middle linebacker and a left outside linebacker. Okay, so we already replaced this guy. Devlin, Glenn Gronkowski. Can we get someone who's at least close to green interest for this guy? Okay, the Jets are interested, so let's try to get a third, a fourth, and a fifth. How about a fourth and a fifth? How about a fifth? 2 fifths. How about 2 fifths? There you go, 2 fifths. Obviously, those 2 fifths aren't going to matter very much. Wide receivers, let's try to get rid of Edelman. Who can we go to get starting people from? Who has halfway decent people? Okay. I'm wondering if we can maybe try to snag Antonio Brown. Nah, I kind of figured not. How about DeAndre Hopkins? Okay, so first we can probably snag. Once again, I don't really use anything past the 3rd round, so if these picks can help us get what we want, then fantastic. How about a 5th this year and a 4th next year? You see, I hate when it's literally like nipple hairs away from actually being accepted. How about a 5th and a 4th? See, nipple hairs. Okay, so since we can't do that, let's go ahead and just give him our second for next year. And that should go through without a hitch. There you go. So we get rid of Edelman there. Let's get rid of Brandon Cooks. I'm really only going to get rid of the first two receivers because, well, Chris Hogan, even though he's a starter, he just now became a starter after the roster update. Maybe we can try to snag Joe Thomas, and then we can trade away our other left tackle. Really, by literally nipple hairs. Okay, how about this? Give you guys a first for next year, and you guys have to give me your 2 seconds from this year. Really? I'm literally giving you a first fucking round pick, and you're not willing to get... For fuck's sake. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give you a 7th round. That better fucking be enough. Okay, so now with that being done, we can get rid of our left tackle, and maybe we can find a new wide receiver from one of these teams that will be replacing one of our receivers. Maybe you can give us Mr. Tyrell Williams. Yep, that goes straight up. Okay, so far we have gotten to everything but our tight ends. Dwayne Allen is our starter, obviously. Let's see. We still need a right guard, so let me go to old and of course that right guard situation is fine now, right? When I need a right guard. Let's go left guard here. Okay. So now we need a new tight end, and now we can get rid of our right guard. Maybe we can find a good tight end, you know? I'm sorry, left guard. Joe Tanney. Okay, let's see. Can we try to get a right guard here? That's close. That's really fucking close. Let's give him a 6th round too, I suppose. Okay, I figured that would go through. So now with us getting a right guard, we can now get rid of Shaq Mason. Who needs a right guard? The Seahawks need a right guard. And we need a right tackle. You guys don't have a right tackle. You guys do have a center, though. So can this go straight up? Yep. So now we need to get rid of our our center, and we just need to get a right tackle now. Our offensive line pretty much was traded to get offensive linemen. What? I have a stupid cat meowing over here. Okay, no to the Bills. They probably won't have anyone. How about you guys? Do you have a good right tackle I can steal? Can this go through? There you go. So now we have pretty much all our positions filled on the offensive line side. So we have to get rid of Marcus Cannon. Okay, so obviously I'm going to go for Joey Bosa here. Yeah, I kind of figured that. So since we're trying to get him, we can trade Ely away. Let's see, how about Flowers? Fullback, we got rid of our fullbacks. Okay, how about right tackle? Do we already have another right tackle? No, okay. Fleming. Figured Fleming would be worth more than that, but I guess not. Right outside, Rob Nikovic. Really? How about Jonathan Feeney? Fucking course not. Okay, wide receiver, we really only have Chris Hogan left. Wait. Oh crap, we still have Danny Amendola too. Is he any good? Nope. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to give up some draft picks for Mr. Bosa here. How about, let me see if I can get him for just a first next year too. Close. How about a fifth from next year? Would that be enough? Yeah, I didn't think so. So 2 firsts for next year should be enough. Nope. So get rid of one of those. Give him a third for this year, maybe. God fucking damn it. And with that being the case, right tackle situation is now perfect. So left end, we can get rid of Ely. Chiefs need Ely. We need a tight end. Left, obviously we need another left outside linebacker. We still need another middle linebacker. How about Nikovic? Of course you guys don't want fucking Nikovic. Nobody wants fucking Nikovic. So we're just going to assume Rob Nikovic has literally no trade value whatsoever at this point. Left guard. I doubt they're going to want that guy, I know. Corners. We haven't gotten rid of our corners yet. Let's try to get rid of... Nope. How about Stephon Gilmore? Yep. So we're going to need a new corner when we're done with this. How about a fifth? Can I get Kelsey for a fifth? Nope. Let's actually trade the... Let's try to trade the 3 fifths for a fourth from the Colts, I suppose. Just kind of do this. And then probably just throw in our 3 fifths. Obviously, guys, this is a lot of work to do. But it's worth it. Right outside, I believe I had, what was it, a left guard? No, who was here when I had, okay, Ferris, wasn't it? Nope, that wasn't it. Oh, wait, no, it was the Chiefs, though. So, the Chiefs, pretty sure it was, nope. Was it this guy? No. Then who the fuck was it? Oh yeah, it was the left end who was Ely. Yeah. Then it was the corner, which was Gilmore. And then... for fuck's sake. I hate this fucking game sometimes. You literally have to leave the trade area just to get something to actually go through and show up on your damn thing. Okay, so obviously, left end, Ely, we're trading him away because we got Bosa for that position, and we're going to trade away Gilmore. Go to the Chiefs so we can actually get who we want. And then 4th round should be enough to get Kelsey. Okay, now we need a corner. Let's actually try to get a corner from the Giants, I suppose. Corners. I don't know why I went the long way. Dominic Rodgers Cromartie. Is Garcia good? Yep. Okay. Middle linebacker, we still have David Harris. That's really close. And then D-tackle, Helen Branch. And I already know that's going to go through straight up, so can we get a second for as well? Nope, that's a little bit too much. How about a third? third isn't quite low enough. How about a fourth? So the fourth was accepted. Okay, so with that being said, I think we pretty much traded mostly all our starters. So we are actually going to confirm on that. And then now we must simulate to... Wait, actually, let's go ahead and do the league settings. And let's set the auto scout so we can just go right ahead to the end of the season and see if we made it or not. Obviously, if we did make it to the playoffs, then it's almost an immediate, like, passing thing for it. But if we don't make the playoffs, that okay. Actually, if we make a playoffs, it means we did at least halfway decent. If we don't make the playoffs, that means that we have to go into the next season, obviously. So yeah, guys, as previously mentioned, I like that this simulation for this game goes a lot faster than Madden 17. I remember when I used to have to sit here for half hour, 45 minutes just for it to go through one simulation. We are simulating all the way to the week of the playoffs. And as you can see, it's going by quite fast on the bottom left hand of your screen. So yeah, let me explain this a little bit. I might be doing this with just about every single team, and this could be my around noonish video. My goal is to post at least 2 videos a day, and they're mainly going to be one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I might be starting work here soon, so that's why I'm not going to be posting at nighttime. Today it's going to be Madden videos for both. Tomorrow it'll be my normal Bears, which is going to be turning into pretty much a daily thing. And then I'm going to try to start a WWE career mode as my afternoon one tomorrow. I'm going to try to have the afternoon video be different every single day so it's not the same thing. And hopefully I can get in contact with my brothers so I can get them to post at night so that the content on the channel continues to grow. Hopefully, guys, this will be a very successful rebuild, so I won't have to really go into a second season, really. But as we know, as most of us know who play Madden, the simulations are kind of broken half the time. But hopefully that's not the case this time. It is at week 10, so by this point, if we were simulating through it week by week, we'd already know if we were in the playoffs or not, for the most part. Because we'd probably know roughly where we'd fall within the division, unless there is a really tight division, which sometimes, depending on the team, it is a very tight division in the game. Obviously, the whole point of this video was just to have a little fun challenge concept thing instead of just going on playing a full game and then getting off. My morning videos are always going to be the Bears franchise, and hopefully I didn't make any more trades off camera, but when I do make trades from now on, they will be on camera so you guys can see exactly what I traded for what, and then when you guys play through it, you can have those trades if you want to try them, or you can not use my trades and just do your own. So we're coming up on the end of the season now. It's week 16, it's about to be week 17, and we will be inside the wild card of the playoffs. Now, obviously, we don't know if we made it until right about now, actually. So let's see, after all said and done, if we actually were able to make the playoffs. And we did at 9-7, and ironically, it's against the team we traded for. I think Tom Brady's on that team. I'm not entirely sure, though. Let's see here. Is there like a news here for no, I don't think so. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at the stats from the end of Season 1. Joe Flacco actually performed extremely well under this team. 33 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 67% completion rating, only 23 sacks. Pretty good. Rushing-wise, Elliott kind of did pretty good. there. 1,000 yards rushing. Nobody eclipsed 1,000 yards. The closest person was Chris Hogan, and 10 touchdowns by Travis Kelce. Good job there. Blocking, not a lot of sacks given up, actually, all things considered. Defensively, 13 for him, 12.5 for him, 6 for Dominic Rogers, 5 for Eric Weddle. Kicking, he missed 7 kicks, and not a lot down to inside the 20 for him. Kick returns, nothing spectacular. Punt returns, nothing spectacular. Awards, weekly awards. So Flacco, Roethlisberger, Dalton, Roethlisberger, Mariota, Roethlisberger, Lynch. Heckenberg actually made an impact. Lamar Miller, I don't see... Okay, we might as well go to yearly. Maybe we can see if where... So Brady was actually on the Eagles. So who the hell was on the Ravens for quarterbacks? Let's actually find that out, guys. Kaepernick, 4,000. Did he actually throw more yards than 4,091? So he threw more yards than Flacco, but not as many touchdowns and about the same amount of picks, right? The same exact amount of picks. So I'm not going to play any of these games unless we make it to the Super Bowl. That's the only game I will be playing. We have this guy coming back from injury. Okay, let's see if we can get past the Ravens here. This is a divisional game. Did we make it? Practice squad players means we did not. So with that being said, let's simulate to the off season. It doesn't matter who won the Super Bowl at this point because it's not us. And now the funnest part of the rebuild starts. So essentially, guys, I will be more or less cutting almost every single player on the team. If they're not anybody I traded for, then they're not staying. Obviously, that's a bit of a hard thing to do because of how many players that would actually be. Normally, I write down who I cut, but I'm pretty much going to be doing the entirety of the team regardless. So the only wide receiver that's actually safe is, or I'm going to be cutting whoever's not. So Malcolm Butler, unfortunately, I have to withdraw my offer from him. Justin Britt, I did trade for, so he will be getting an offer to stay. He's happy to stay. Jimmy G, unfortunately, I have to get rid of. I couldn't get rid of Nikovic, so he's going to get gotten rid of. Danny Amendola was already here. I'm pretty sure this guy was already here. Max Perfect was already here. Justin Coleman was already here. This guy was already here. So pretty much everyone that's on this team right now is going to be gotten rid of. I'm going to be cutting everyone I did not, me, myself, and I did not get. And we're going to be rebuilding from the bottom to the top. That's going to be the good chunk of this video time-wise. And then tomorrow, when I possibly do this again, if I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with WWE yet, I'll be doing this with the Jets. I'll be doing it division by division, back to back to back to back days. So let's look at my team and let's go to the roster. So let's see, quarterback-wise, let's actually simulate to next week so I can actually have an accurate representation of my team. So we already did the re-signing period. Now we're going to go to signing off or free agents. Obviously, guys, I will be getting rid of everyone else that's not supposed to be on this team right now. So let's see here. Quarterbacks, you were already here, so you will be cut from the team. Halfback, the only one safe is Elliott. No. The only one really safe here is Elliott, so this guy will have to leave, unfortunately. Fullback, this guy I did not sign, nor is he supposed to still be here, so we'll be getting rid of him as well. Wide receivers, the only one who's free here is Tyrell Williams. Everyone else will be getting cut from, or traded away, actually. You know what? Yeah, let's trade people away. Let's do that instead. Chris Hogan, Malcolm Mitchell. Okay, you guys want him. I'll try to get your first round from you. Probably not going to happen, though. Close to happening. So picks, let's give them a 4th round. That should go through rather easy. There you go. So yes, guys, we'll just trade away players so we can accumulate even more draft picks. And obviously, you know, my draft picks will eventually go up. Wide receivers were already down to the last guy. I only really have like a handful of people to trade off of the offensive line. So let's go to the Cleveland Browns. Let's try to get you know what? Let's try to get a 6th round for him. There you go. So we got to the center position here. Left guard this guy. Joe Thomas, obviously we signed. Lawrence Guy. The Cardinals, can we get a 1st round from them for these guys? We should be able to quite easily. Nope. Picks, 7th round. Doubt that will be enough. Nope, I figured. How about a 4th round? Would that be enough? We will never fucking know because how retarded this game is. 4th round, nope, that's not enough. So we'll have to be giving up a 1st round from next year to maybe make this go through. And it went through. Okay, so we have up to the right end position done. D-tackle, I guess we'll just keep everyone. No, actually, we're going to get rid of everyone but one here. Let's see if anyone else is actually looking for a D-tackle. Kansas City. Can we get maybe a 2nd round from you guys? Nope, the most we can get is probably a 3rd round. If we can't get a 3rd round, let's try to get multiple picks here. Can't do that either, so I suppose let's try to get a 1st from next year, possibly. Obviously, they have like no actual value to us now. Defensive tackles. Left end, the only person we have left there is Bosa. I suppose we can just go to a random team here and try to get rid of these guys. Let's just go to the Ravens and let's just, fuck it. Let's just get a 6th round for these guys. Apparently, never mind. Okay, so let's just leave the rest of the roster where it is, I suppose. Let's go ahead and see what free agents there are that are out there. So let's see. I'm going to need at least 1 quarterback. Okay, let's just go ahead and sign Drew Brees here. Give him whatever he wants. Let's give him 25 mil. That should be enough. Yep, there we go. Halfback, Jeremy Hill. Let's go ahead and give him whatever he wants for a 5-year deal, which is pretty significant. Marcel Reese. Just give him whatever, I suppose. There you go. Should be well in the enough category. Yep. Wide receiver, Larry Fitz. Obviously, guys, if they are in free agency, they are free game. We will just be simulating the draft instead of me trying to go through that because the draft is a very long process. And this video is already going to be longer than I want it to. We still need 3 more receivers. So let's go ahead and get that done now. And Tyler Gabriel will be one of the second to last person will be getting. I suppose I'll do the first round picks, and then the rest I'll let the computer do. So we'll get one wide receiver in the draft. Cameron Brate will be our backup tight end, I suppose. Left tackle, we're good. Not really worried about those positions because they'll probably do those. Left end, blah, blah, blah. D tackle. Let's go ahead and get both of the Williams that I believe are in free agency right now. I didn't actually look. Nope, but let's get Brandon Mebane as well, though. Just to make sure we have enough players. Right end, Elvis Dumerville. Let's go ahead and grab him. He's regressing because he's old, obviously, but he's still worth something to us. Left outside, Barrett's getting a lot of offers, so we're going to have to give him the highest possible offer we can think of to give him. Because we are, unfortunately, competing with multiple teams here. Okay, middle linebacker, no one exponential there, but since we do need a middle linebacker, right outside, I suppose we can go ahead and get Tahir Whitehead here. I believe he's a Lion or something along those lines in real life. Cornerback, Malcolm Butler was obviously someone we already had, so we have to sign the one below him. Now, normally, if I wasn't doing this type of rebuild, then this guy would be signed, but is already part of this team, so I couldn't do that. Strong safety, not really anyone better than what we have. Okay, well, there you go, guys. That will be my signings, I suppose. Let's advance to next week, see if anyone actually signs with us. I should get everyone signed within the first 2 weeks of this offseason. Accepted. Rejected by Drew Brees. Rejected by the defensive tackle. Everyone else signed. So we are just going to simulate to the next season. Let them do the drafting. We're going to do no trades in this season. We'll be drafting directly to the playoffs. We'll actually be drafting to the playoffs and then the Super Bowl right after that to see who wins. And then, regardless of what happens there, that will be the end of the video. As you can see, this is still this off season. The draft literally just started. This stream will probably end at close to the 1 hour mark. The earliest it will probably end is the 45-minute range there. We'll go through the roster, see who the rookies are on the team, see what the depth chart's like, and then after that we can just simulate to the end of the season. So let's see who was signed on as rookies. We had plenty of draft picks. We drafted this guy. We didn't draft any there. We drafted a rookie in Ross Montgomery. We didn't draft anyone at that position or that position or that position. Oh, actually, we drafted that guy. Cool. Right tackle, we drafted no one. We drafted no left end. We drafted one right end. We drafted a rookie who has actually ended up being our second best player on the team for that position. Middle linebacker, we drafted this guy. No one else. No one drafted there. No one drafted there. We drafted this rookie here. We drafted this rookie who's already better than everyone else we had on this position. And kickers and punters, we drafted nobody. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and simulate to the playoffs. Okay, guys, and there's gonna be a bit of silence here. I have to go let the dog out. Be right back. I am back, guys. We are in week 12 of the simulation. Obviously, guys, if we don't make the playoffs, then the video will end right then and there. If we do, we will simulate week to week. As soon as we're eliminated, that ends the video. If we somehow make it to the Super Bowl, I will be playing the Super Bowl. And regardless, after the Super Bowl, we will be done with the live stream if we make it there. So season 1, 9-7. Let's see how this season panned out for us. Looks like we got a first round bye. You can tell because there's no player sign thing. Lots of XP here to use. 10-6, so we had one win better than we did last year. Let's look at stats. Joe Flacco had about 100, close to 100 more yards. Roughly the same amount of touchdowns, but 5 less picks. Pretty good for Mr. Flacco. Elliott probably got injured at some point, but no 1,000-yard rusher. Kelsey and Fitzgerald both got over 1,000 yards receiving. Our right tackle let up a ton of sacks. Sacks by our team, not as much as I was expecting. 4 picks by Weddle, 3 by Barrett, and 3 by Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. Slightly better year for him, but not much better. And slightly better inside the 20 for him. Okay. Weekly awards. Joe Flacco wins offensive in week 7 and in week 11. So not a lot to celebrate here in terms of weekly. Let's see what yearly awards. Russell Wilson won MVP. And by the way, guys, anyone who makes the short list, I will be putting a couple of upgrade points into certain stats. We had Joe Flacco make the short list. I'll put a few into his attributes. He made a short list here, so I'll probably try to get him a couple of overall point raise for getting into the top of 2 lists. Let's look at defensive player. Vince Williams will be getting a small overall boost. No rookie for offense. Rookies on defense, however, stepped up. Did make that list somehow. Right outside right running back Jeremy Hill gets a small boost. Fitzgerald gets a minimal boost since he doesn't really have a lot to boost. Pretty much our offensive line. J.J. Watt there. None of our guys there. Best DB. Eric Weddle will get a couple of overall. Okay, so a few of our players will get a small overall boost now. So let's start out with Flacco. So first off, use his upgrade points here. Let's use it on play action, I suppose. Now let's edit some of his stats. See if we can get him at least up to I would say 85, 86 with confidence. Because like I said, he did make a couple of short lists. So let's see. Throw power, let's do 2 there, 3 there. Let's do 4 there, 4 there, 3 there. Any other stats that's apparent to him? No. Player traits, none there. Save changes. So we got him to an 85, exactly where I wanted him to be there. Jeremy Hill, I did remember, made the short list. Let's use his upgrade points first. Put those into carrying. And same thing here. We will have to upgrade his thing manually now. Ratings. Let's put his speed up by 1, his acceleration, his agility up by 2, his strength up by 2, his jumping up by 1, carrying 1, ball carrier vision 1, trucking 1, elusiveness 1, stiff arm 1, spin room 1, juke move 1, 2, I guess. Couple on there, 1 on there, 1 on there, catch and traffic 1, release 1. Pass block, let's put that up like a couple there. Impact block, a couple more there. Player rec, and that's it there. Let's see where this puts our running back. He is at a 90 overall, so that's 3-point jump. Fair enough, I suppose. Let's see. Larry Fitz, I believe, had made the short list for wide receiver, so he will be getting a small boost in overall as well. Won't touch his carrying since we used all our upgrade points on carrying for him. So you will be edited a little bit for your ratings, but not a lot. Speed, let's put speed, excel, agility, a couple more on the strength. Carrying, ball carrier vision, trucking a little bit further up. Elusiveness should be at 70, actually 73. That stat should already be at 70 in my opinion. Catching, just put all these up by 1. Run blocking up by 2. Okay, that's all I'm going to do with Larry Fitz, since he's already rather high on the overall spectrum. Upped him by 2. Let's actually take a look at the offensive lineman stat, or the offensive lineman, so I can figure out exactly who I'm giving boosts to. Joe Thomas I won't give an overall boost to, because he's pretty much as high up as we can possibly get him. Marshall Yonda we can pull up a little bit. But since the both of them are 95s, I'll give their overall boost to this guy and then the right tackle. Strength, get that up a couple. Awareness, get that up a couple. Well, 1. Run block up a couple. Put all those up. Up to an 82. Couple awareness. Oh, I don't know why I put it on speed. Speed doesn't matter. 2 more there. Run blocking 2, pass blocking a few, impact blocking. Let's get that one actually up to 8. 2 more, 2 more. Job done. Defensively, I know he got in the top in one of the lists. Put all that into awareness so we don't really have to upgrade that. I think it was a strong safety who also made the short list, so we'll go to him next. Awareness up a little bit more, speed, excel, agility, that, jumping. Impact block a few, play rack a few more, tackling a few, a few. The rookies got a bit more of a rating inflate than the veterans do. You were definitely on the short list for one of them. Obviously use your XP on awareness. Him we're definitely not going to touch awareness for, since we used all of it in awareness that he had already. Edit player, who's only up to an 80, so the most I want him to raise up by is a couple more. Player act view. Up to an 83, roughly what I wanted him to go up to. simulate the Super Bowl and see what happens. So, if we don't make the Super Bowl, this will be less than an hour stream. If we make it, then it's obviously going to be more than an hour. We'll probably be super close to 2. Super Bowl would be between the Broncos and the Falcons, so we did indeed lose at some point. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you want more of these type of videos, please let me know in the comments below. But that's about it for this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Madden Bears franchise and for the surprise, whatever the surprise video is going to be in the afternoon. See you guys in the next one. Bye.